Imagine for a moment you're on a ship. It's being tossed around by this furious storm.
Yeah,
Every single wave feels like it could be the last one, and, all hope has just vanished.
totally desperate situation.
Exactly. But what if, in that absolute chaos, just one person's calm presence or maybe one key decision could fundamentally change everything for everyone on board?
It's a powerful thought.
Well, today on the deep dive, we're plunging into a really powerful message from our very own Pastor Malcolm Macqueen.
Ah, yes, from a couple of Sundays ago.
That's right, delivered right here at King's Christian Center on Sunday, August 31st, 2025. And the title, it just says it all. His presence made all the difference.
It really does. Captures it perfectly.
And our mission today isn't just to, recap the sermon. We want to really extract the vital nuggets, the profound insights from Pastor Malcolm's message. It's rooted in Acts chapter 27.
Very dramatic chapter.
Oh, absolutely. And we want to explore how these timeless lessons can speak directly into the storms you might be navigating in your own life right now.
Yeah, make it practical.
So let's set the scene a bit. We find the Apostle Paul. Well, he's not on one of his usual missionary journeys this time. He's actually a prisoner.
Right, on his way to Rome. To Caesar.
Exactly. He's on a ship, having sailed from Caesarea. You can almost picture this epic but really perilous voyage across the Mediterranean.
Pastor Malcolm had that map illustration, didn't he, showing the route?
He did, touching down in Sidon, sailing past Cyprus and Crete, a path that, well, eventually leads to this dramatic shipwreck near Malta.
Yeah, quite the journey.
And Paul isn't alone. He's with Roman soldiers and what Pastor Malcolm called a motley crew of other prisoners, likely, wild, rough characters.
Not exactly pleasure curs.
Not at all. And overseeing the whole thing is a Roman centurion named Julius. So, okay, let's start unpacking this cast of characters and their journey.
Right. And what grabs you straight away, I think, is Julius, this centurion. He's not just some background figure.
No.
He's the man in charge, responsible for this challenging group, including Paul, who, let's be honest, was probably seen as a bit of a troublemaker by the Roman authorities.
Yeah, definitely had a routine transport job.
Not at all.
And Pastor Malcolm really highlighted something quite remarkable about the centurions we see in the New Testament.
Oh, yeah.
They consistently seem to stand out for their character, often kind of defying that stereotype of just a brutal Roman soldier. What was it about them?
It is a fascinating pattern, isn't it? Pastor Malcolm mentioned the Greek historian Polybius,
Right.
who described how Roman centurions were chosen, not just for being tough or brave, but for things like deliberation, constancy, strength of mind, and crucially, their ability in relating to people.
The real leadership qualities.
Yeah.
People skills.
Exactly. More than just fighters. They had a certain moral fiber, it seems. We see it again and again. Think of the centurion at Capernaum, the one at the cross, Cornelius.
Men of character.
Yeah, individuals with real depth.
And Julius seems to fit that mold perfectly right from the start of this voyage. Acts 27 verse 3 tells us Julius courteously entreated Paul.
Which sounds quite formal, but Pastor Malcolm pointed out the Amplified Bible's translation.
Oh yeah, what did that say?
It says, Julius treated him with much consideration, kindness, and care.
Wow. Consideration, kindness, and care. That's not standard procedure for a prisoner heading to trial in Rome, surely.
Not even close. That's the striking thing. It's more than just a random act of kindness. It shows this paradox within him.
Like what?
Well, take Sidon. When they stop there, Julius gives Paul this incredible liberty to actually go ashore, meet his friends, get refreshed.
That's remarkable for a prisoner.
Absolutely extraordinary. It suggests a level of trust, maybe respect, that just doesn't fit the circumstances usually.
And Pastor Malcolm used this to make a point for us, didn't he?
He did. A really powerful one about being tough as nails in our faith, our convictions.
Right. Unshakable.
But also tender as a lamb in how we relate to people, how we listen for God's voice.
That balance. Tough but tender. It's hard to get right sometimes.
It really is. Discernment, knowing when to be firm, when to show grace.
And that mix in Julius, that toughness and tenderness, it wasn't just like a nice personality trait. It actually played out in a life or death situation later on.
Oh, absolutely. Fast forward to the shipwreck near Malta. The ship's breaking up.
Chaos.
Total chaos. And the soldiers, their instinct, their training probably was, kill the prisoners. Standard procedure, really, to stop any escapes.
Right. Can't have prisoners escaping in the confusion.
But Julius steps in. The scripture says, but the centurion, willing to save Paul, kept them from their purpose.
Wow, so his decision, his presence there, it literally saved lives.
Not just Paul's life either, all the other prisoners too, because of that decision. His leadership there, it's more than just following orders, it's moral courage, isn't it? Choosing life over strict procedure.
That truly made all the difference, his
Yeah.
presence. So, okay, we've got Julius's incredible character, but the whole situation, the way it unfolded, it also hinged massively on Paul himself, his foresight, his faith.
Definitely. He had some strong words right near the beginning, didn't he? Words of caution.
He did. Acts 27.3, he stands up and warns them, "Sirs, I perceive that this voyage will be with hurt and much damage."
Not just a vague feeling either. Pastor Malcolm broke down why Paul said that. Two key things.
Okay, what were they?
First, historical knowledge, or maybe seasonal knowledge. The text says sailing was now dangerous because the fast was now already past.
The fast, that's the Day of Atonement.
Exactly. Usually around early October.
Yeah.
And that time of year was notoriously stormy in the Mediterranean. Sailors knew it. Paul knew it.
So he's applying general knowledge to their specific situation. Smart. What was this second factor?
His own very personal experience. Paul was no stranger to shipwrecks.
Oh yeah, he mentions it in Corinthians, doesn't he?
He does. 2 Corinthians 11.25. 3 times I suffered shipwreck. A night and a day I have been in the deep reef. He learned the hard way about the sea's dangers.
So it's not just about, learn from history. It's about letting our own past experiences, the tough ones too, inform our choices now.
Right. Don't repeat the mistakes. Heed the wisdom you gained, even if it came through hardship.
But despite Paul giving that clear warning, they ignored him, didn't they?
They did. The owner of the ship and the captain persuaded Julius otherwise.
And so disaster struck. That hurricane you're a flight on, a terrifying northeasterly gale. Pastor Malcolm described it as one of the worst storms you could face there.
Yeah, they were completely caught. Driven for days, couldn't see the sun or stars, lost all hope. They even started throwing cargo overboard. Desperate measures.
Utterly dire. Yet in the middle of that, Paul stands up again. But this time, not with caution, but with comfort.
Astonishing, isn't it? Just pure courage. He stands up and declares, "Be of good cheer, for there shall be no loss of any man's life among you, but only of the ship."
I mean, where does that kind of confidence come from in the middle of a hurricane when everyone else has given up hope?
Well, it definitely wasn't self-reliance. Pastor Malcolm reminded us of Paul's experience in Asia from 2 Corinthians 1.
Ah, right, where he said he was pressed out of measure above strength. It's a disparity even of life.
Exactly. And the lesson he learned there was profound.
Oh.
That we should not trust in ourselves, but in God, which raises the dead.
So this confidence, it wasn't bravado. It was forged in past desperation, learning to rely solely on God.
Precisely. And crucially, here on the ship, it also came from God's direct presence and a very specific promise.
Okay.
Paul tells everyone, "There stood by me this night the angel of God, whose I am and whom I serve."
An actual angelic visitation
Yeah.
in the storm?
Yeah. And the message was crystal clear. "Fear not, Paul, thou must be brought before Caesar." That was his divine purpose. And then this amazing grace. "God has given thee all them that sail with thee."
Wow. God gave him everyone on the ship. Their lives were spared because of Paul's purpose.
Incredible, isn't it? And Paul's conviction. It wasn't complicated. He just says, "I believe God that it shall be even as he told me." Simple, profound faith.
That really hits home. It's not about God promising an easy ride, is it?
No, definitely not.
The storm was still raging, but he promises a safe arrival, that the purpose will be fulfilled. Like Jesus telling the disciples, "Get in the boat, I'll meet you on the other side."
Exactly. The journey might be terrifying, but the destination, if you're with him, is secure. That's a massive message of hope for anyone facing, their own storms.
Absolutely. But even after Paul shares this divine promise, this word of comfort, human nature kicks in again, doesn't it? Fear.
It does. The sailors, they hear the promise, but maybe the sound of the waves is louder in their ears. They try to sneak off.
Right. Acts 27.30. They lower the lifeboat, pretending they're putting out anchors, but really planning to escape, driven by fear and their own sort of perceived wisdom.
Their own plan.
And Paul sees it. He has to give words of correction now. He goes straight to the centurion, to Julius and the soldiers.
What does he say?
He says, very firmly, "Except these abide in the ship, ye cannot be saved. Stay in the boat." The very boat that seems to be breaking apart.
That's counterintuitive, isn't it? Your instinct is, get off the sinking ship.
Exactly. And Pastor Malcolm really focused on this choice. He said there were 2 stark options presented right there. Options that resonate with our own choices all the time.
Okay, what were they?
Option 1, leave the boat. Get in the lifeboat. That represents the wisdom of man, right? Taking matters into your own hands, trusting your own plan A, B, or C.
But in that storm, as Pastor Malcolm put it, that lifeboat wasn't salvation, it was a death boat. Looks logical, but it's fatal.
Totally. Then option 2, learn to trust the Lord. Stay in the ship. That's the wisdom of God.
Even when it feels like the ship is doomed.
Right. It's this huge choice. Trust our limited view, our fear-driven plans. Or trust God's promise, his wisdom, even when the circumstances are screaming the opposite.
It's about discerning, isn't it? What looks like the safe way out might be the trap. Staying put, trusting God in the middle of the storm, might be the only actual way through.
Such a powerful point. And then Paul follows up his correction with words of confirmation, anchoring that choice in real hope.
Yeah, he encourages everyone to eat something. They hadn't eaten properly in days.
Right. And he promises, there shall not an hair fall from the head of any of you. A promise of complete safety. It's like saying, nourish yourselves, get ready. God's deliverance is coming.
Build up your strength for what's next.
And the outcome. Just incredible. Acts 27, verse 44. And so it came to pass that they escaped all safe to land.
All 276 people. Every single one.
Made it safely to the island of Malta. Paul's words, born from God's presence, God's promise, were completely confirmed, miraculously.
It wasn't just a lucky break. It was a direct result of choosing God's wisdom over human fear.
What an incredible story, just packed with trials, amazing leadership moments, profound faith.
Definitely. You see the presence of Julius, that kindness, that life-saving decision.
Yeah. And the presence of Paul, his caution, his comfort, his correction, all vital.
And underlying it all, the tangible presence of Jesus through his angel, his promises that never failed.
Absolutely. It all made such a difference, an undeniable game-changing difference on that ship.
His presence truly made all the difference.
So as we kind of wrap up reflecting on this journey from Acts 27, it really makes you think, doesn't it? How do these lessons from centuries ago speak into the storms we face?
Yeah, the financial storms, the relationship struggles, maybe personal crises. We all face them.
We do. And this deep dive, it's such a strong reminder that when Jesus is with us in our boat, his presence genuinely makes all the difference. He sees us through whatever it is.
It's that call again, isn't it? Don't lean on your own understanding, your own lifeboat plan.
Exactly. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, just like Paul did, even when everything seemed lost.
That's the core message.
It really is. And listen, if you want to hear the full sermon from Pastor Malcolm Macqueen, His Presence Made All the Difference, or explore other inspiring messages,
You should definitely check out the YouTube channel.
absolutely. We invite you to visit the King's Christian Center YouTube channel. Just search for at KCCAOG Old Town Swindon, UK. All one word there.
You can watch this sermon again, catch up on previous ones. Lots of great teaching there.
Definitely worth exploring.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for joining us for this deep dive today.
Been great discussing it.
May his presence truly make all the difference in your life this week.